This is Public Report, a public affairs presentation of KTVW. The opinions expressed in this program does not necessarily reflect the views of the Trinity Broadcasting Network.
Hi, thank you for joining me on Public Report. I'm Tanny Jackson, and today we're talking about children with disabilities, young adults, and some of the challenges they face and just how we can be a strength to them. So in the studio today with me is Doris Green, Dorothy, and Mac Edwards. Welcome.
All right.
So children, young adults with disabilities, and we're talking about 18 and up. As a matter of fact, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to talk to you today just about some of the challenges that they not only face, but parents are facing right now.
Actually, I would say it takes two to make this work, because it's a huge responsibility on one person.
Yes.
And there are great people out there, like Mac was just saying, he married Dorothy with her son. Well, I was blessed the same way. And I have a great helper. We were separated for 3 years because of something that happened. But now we're back together.
And that's a help.
And that is going to be a huge help. I would be able to move forward and do the things that I want to do to go out into the community and make a difference while I know someone is taking good care of him.
Okay.
That's right.
Dorothy, what are some of the challenges that parents just finding out their child has a disability face?
When they first find out, it's kind of, it's like a surprise, a shock to them. And at that point, it's kind of like, what am I going to do? And who am I going to get to help me? Because they definitely need the support. And you know, when you know that you can like send your child to school, and knowing that your child has someone there who is at least taking care, because it's like a mother who has a child, when you drop them off at a daycare, you want to make sure that your child is getting the best care as though you're there. And so with a child with disabilities, you would like to have someone who can have an understanding. And the challenging thing that parents go through is they just want someone who's going to be able to be in support with them and to understand and to take good care of their child while they're not in their eyesight.
As a paraprofessional, what's a normal day in school like for you with these youth?
We, in the employment transition program, we have, right now this year, we have about 38 different students that come in. And the day, it's like you're on call. We never know from moment to moment what type of challenge that we may face. So we have to be flexible. We have to be able to know how, when different situations come our way, how to handle that and how to be calm and how to make sure that each student is taken care of and looked at, you know, and taken good care, and their safety that we're looking for.
How many students per room? Per class?
We have one. It's one big room.
Okay.
And in that room we have different areas. We have computers where they go on the computer and the computers are monitored. We have some of them love to draw, so we have areas where they can draw. There's money management, just different areas that they can go into where they can work. And you know, we talk to them about the job sites, because we do take them out on job sites too on a daily basis. And some of the job sites, they're office manager, you know, well, not managers, but office areas, and some of them they go out to warehouses, different areas where we have some vendors that will allow them to come in. So most of the time we're getting ready to take them out, and we train them on Metro. and get them hooked up with different areas that they can travel.
You're training them to enter society.
Yes, yes.
And how's that going?
Oh, it's going very well. We have managed, by the time they complete the program at the age of 21, we have managed that many of them have gotten jobs, paid jobs. And we have many of our vendors, like I mentioned, who are open to, take them in and teach them, hire them at their places of employment.
Oftentimes our kids, 17, 18, they're looking forward to driving, getting their license, and getting jobs. What's their heart desire as far as the youth with disabilities?
Well, they're just like regular students or youth, just like you said. They want to drive, but some of them, they realize, you know what, driving is not for me. Because when we're on the bus many times, the metro, they're looking out there and they see different things, and we kind of talk to them a little bit. Did you see how that person just ran the light? Or something like that. We talk to them. You have to stop at the light. The light is, we're out there teaching them and showing them that light right there. That means stop right there. You can't go, And, many of them, they want to drive, but they know that it's not really for them. So we do the next best thing. We begin to train them on the metro and show them that, or they could get access. And access, that's another part. They can call access to come and pick them up or what have you. Whatever it takes to show them, or many times walking. And that's another thing. We train them when they're at the stoplight, because like in Federal Way, there's been some changes with how the lights are. So we have to, train them on the walking too.
So you're on the bus, riding with them, talking them through things.
Yes, we are.
And you're walking down the streets and grocery shopping, same thing?
Yes, and each thing, there's some kind of etiquette there. There's bus etiquette. Like when you're sitting on the bus, make sure you're not sitting where the wheelchairs go, and make sure you're sitting close as you can to the door, so that when the door opens, you'll know how to get out. And there's all kinds of things with the metro, and then also showing which bus to ride, and when you go to the transit center, which bus to catch and which bay to go to. We do a lot of that type of training. And then when walking, there's also walking etiquette. You can't just jaywalk across the street. You have to get at the crosswalk and walk. And when you're in a grocery store, you can't just do what you think you might want to do. There's etiquette that we're teaching and training them as they go out into society to know how to do things.
Okay. Doris, for you, was your son Carlos in this program or one of these programs?
He was with the Tacoma School District. He graduated from Mount Tahoma at the age of 21, and talking about a blessing. Tears pour out when you see these kids in caps and gowns. Carlos had on a cap and gown. I just cried, so I thought it was so special.
Yes.
And they treat them just like anybody else, and that's what's so cool about the school district. But he did go to school until he was 21. Now he's in the community thing in Tacoma. They call it Day Health. He goes there twice a week just to get out of the house.
So what is that?
It's a community thing where all the special needs, he's there with the older people that's got Alzheimer's. It's just a place where they bring them and teach them. Same thing you were saying, Dorothy, about the painting and all that. They do all of that with them.
Yes.
Kind of like what they do with kids coming up, but basically it does keep them involved. And talking about when the doorbell rings, he's so excited to leave, and when he comes home, the drivers are even blessed by these kids.
Yes.
They are blessed because it does this.
Yeah.
They were put here for this.
Yeah.
It's all about love.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, what was that?
Yes, it's a love symbol, honey. It's love. And
Yes.
it really impacts others. I believe everybody enjoyed the jobs that they are doing, because it really takes a special person to be able to do this.
Yes.
Anybody can't do it. Yeah. But yes, he's out, he goes out. As a matter of fact, he's out today. He's in Puyallup right now with a group of people that's trying to teach him how to become a worker. But I tell him, I says, Carlos is total care. I don't know how y'all gonna be able to get a job out of him when he still sits and keep his fingers in his mouth like this. He's like a baby, actually. But the sweetest thing that ever been made.
Okay.
At least I think so.
Okay. Are there college scholarships for these youth?
Yes, out at Highline Community College, we have a group. It's the Bridge Achieve program that they can go to, and in their final year, when they're there before they're out of the program, we usually will have a group that goes out there, and they're with job trainers that will take them out and teach them, and there are scholarships that they can get when they go to Highline through the Bridge Achieve. And one of the things I wanted to make mention of quickly too is not only do the teachers and all of the staffing at the schools, I love how they work with our special needs, but the bus drivers, the transportation, how everyone gets involved, and then the ones who do at the kitchen, how everyone gets involved, and each child is treated as though this is my child. That's what I love.
How can the community get involved?
The community can get involved by, at times when we're taking them out on, sometimes we take them out in the community. It would be nice if some of the people, we know that some people don't understand, but it would be nice if they would just respect them and accept them for the way that they are.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
That would be so nice. It would be if the community does get involved many times, because they watch how they're treated when they're out, and how we talk to them, and they themselves begin to get a different view of how people with disabilities are treated, because they begin to see that, wow, they're really capable of doing this. They're able to do this. And then there's some people, depending on the disability, who are kind of afraid. They just don't know, so they kind of back away.
Give me two don'ts, things that we should not do as far as working with children with disabilities or youth. One
of the things that I think is really important is, first of all, don't talk about them in front of them. Okay. That's one thing that they talk in third person, like, they'll say, so what's wrong with him? They know, just like you had made mention, they understand what is being said. And another one is like when they come up, to just kind of shun them and just kind of push them away, like, oh, I've got to get away from this person, because it's almost like they feel like if they sit next to them, they're going to catch whatever it is they have. And it's, we have people that have done that.
And they're very sensitive to this.
Oh, very sensitive. Yeah.
Even Carlos, he doesn't talk, but he's very sensitive.
Yes.
I have taken Carlos in the grocery store with me. I'm pushing him, and people. This one lady came up to me one day, and she says, oh, I feel so sorry for him. I said, honey, don't feel sorry for Carlos, because this could happen to anybody. A car could come through and knock you right off the block, and you'd be sitting right here, so please.
So just treat them like they're...
Don't feel sorry for him.
Just treat them with respect where they are.
Thank you. And thank each one of you for joining me. I've enjoyed having you. And thank you for joining me on Public Report.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You've been watching Public Report, a public affairs presentation of KTBW. The opinions expressed in this program does not necessarily reflect the views of the Trinity Broadcasting Network.